Alrighty, so we have the global patch notes, and I did go over the JP patch notes for this patch, actually, so we're going to try to probably just skim through some of this stuff, and anything that I couldn't read in Japanese, I'll probably go over that. But if you need to, you can obviously go over that. The big thing with this patch is that we're starting the eve of the new festival, so there's actually some decent little content in this one. Lots of like free rewards and stuff like that starting to ramp up and everything as we push into the actual festival itself, which should be revealed sometime this week, so stay tuned on the channel. We should be they probably are going to do a live stream on Wednesday if I had to guess, and then the patch notes for the actual festival should drop, and we'll probably go over that on stream, and I'll probably make like a highlights video for anybody who's not around, because it is pretty early in the morning for me, so depending on time zone stuff. But either way, if you're new to the channel or anything, feel free to subscribe. We're going to hop into this thing. It is 2-hour maintenance. It is basically, this is, I think, going to be the most content we've had in like 2 weeks or so, because they give us a little bit of content at the beginning of the collaboration, and then yeah, other than that, we really haven't had too much going on. We had a banner and an LR last week, but you know, new character doesn't always mean new content. So 4 new 5th anniversary Eve bundles. So there is a Legendary Seals bundle, and then a Step Up bundle, which looks like it has some of these like really nice SSR equipment selection tickets, which is actually kind of cool. I would assume, if I had to guess, these are probably the 10% ones, because it does say SSR equipment selection. They typically don't give out like max 15% gear when it comes to SSR ones. They're typically 10% if it's anything like the last tickets that we ended up getting. There's other, equipment stuff in here. Actually, a pretty decent amount of hammers and anvils, and then you also get 60 of the engraving stones as well. Not quite a full multi's worth of diamonds, but actually a decent little bundle there. Obviously, you'll have to buy it, 3 different times, and the price goes up each time you buy it, but actually decent stuff. We do have the Anniversary Eve commemoration draw, which is basically going to be the new free banner. If I'm not mistaken, at the bottom of the patch notes, it's probably going to say something about the last one ending, if I had to guess. I think or maybe they put that out as a separate notice already in on JP. I'm not sure if they're going to do a global one or not, but basically there's like a free draw that you get for the duration of the year. Once you get through it, the banner disappears and everything like that. But it's if you remember the banner where you could summon a free copy of either like the one Escanor or the Goddess Elizabeth, and then I think they had some other characters, like I think Purgatory Bond was maybe on there. I think maybe Infinity Merlin and like Assault Mode Melee. I could be wrong. I can't remember all the ones that are on there, but this is basically going to be, I think, taking the place of that one. So you're basically, for newer players or whenever this event starts, you're just going to log in, get free tickets for it. Each one of these is a multi, and it's 30 multis in total, so that's actually a really nice boost, and we're going to be 7 days into it by the time the actual festival starts. So this should be a good amount of just like coins and stuff like that you're going to get for free. So that's awesome. I don't think they show it on this one, but I think we went over the actual banner on the JP patch notes, and it's okay. I mean, most of the characters in it are not great, but they have like some coin shop sins, if I'm not mistaken, or I think it's actually everyone that's not in the coin shop. So it's all of the non-coin shop sins, like the counterparts to those, the non-coin shop commandment units, and then I think there's some Ragnarok and Catastrophe units kind of bundled together. I could be wrong. I can't remember exactly, but the pool's not great. The characters that you're going to be pulling off this thing aren't great, but that's also a decent thing, because if they're not good characters, you probably haven't powered them up if you're not like working on the box a whole lot, which means if you do pull them, you're actually going to get them at UR level 80, which is really nice, because that's going to be a boost to GP, box CC, all that good stuff. So we do have a Ghost Leg event. I don't understand why they call this Ghost Leg. It's basically just like 4 different paths. You choose which 2 paths you want your characters to go down, and then they kind of intersect in different sections, and then they're gonna like end up at the very end with 2 different rewards. Not a fan of these. I really don't care about these ones that much, because they take way too long with the animation, and you get 4 different items. Or it'll one of the boosters is like to double the item that you get in that lane. Not a big fan. It just takes too long. The rewards are pretty minimal. You only get to do it twice a day. I don't know. Very boring in my personal opinion. I like the bingo ones or the spinning wheel ones a little bit more. We are getting an event boss parade, which means that Gloom is going to be the first of a few. We'll probably end up getting 3 if I had to guess. They typically do it like that. So Gloom is to begin with. We're going to have him for a week, and then they'll add new bosses each week going into the festival. So at least there's a nice little event boss that we can do 5 times a day. And then obviously these bosses are pretty easy for the most part, so you shouldn't have too many problems here. I don't know that I'm going to make a how to beat him guide or anything like that, because this guy's pretty old. A lot of the event bosses are pretty old. We don't really get new event bosses too often. But hey, if there's like a new cool team that somebody comes up with that I haven't seen before, I might end up making a video on that. But yeah, it looks like once you beat it 15 times, you'll get 5 diamonds, a couple of other rewards scattered throughout the clears. There is 10 LR seals along with 10 SA coins and some other nice materials like a UR pendant in here. So that's kind of nice in the exchange shop. Just, you know, do those throughout the week each day if you can, and then you should be able to rack those up, which the event exchange shops stay throughout the entire duration of the event boss parade, so you can always come back and do these later if you get like busy one week or whatever, you know, happens. It should be around for quite a while. So we have an anniversary boosting event as well. So we have Captain Hawk power up. What is that? Oh, so if you have any of the Captain Hawk units, they're going to be powered up with their passives. 1 free continue on main stages, stamina discount on free stages and main stages, double XP. All village shops are going to be open, so you don't have to wait for the time limit, or like I think it's every other hour one of them is open. Material shop purchase limit is going to be increased, and then we have 1 new battle event. Looks like it's with Gowther. We now have the Guild Wars schedule for this next coming up period, so that is kind of cool. And then we have revamp and simplify awakening materials, which is a very interesting mechanic. They're basically just replacing the blood, or demon's blood and waters of life into this new awakening essence, which is just like a little chalice that's kind of look like it's both of them combined. And then all of the weird like small materials like the little belts and potions and stuff like that are getting consolidated into awakening sources, so it should save you a decent amount of inventory space if you hold on to that stuff. I personally sell those any chance that I get, or I use them in the Merlin thing to exchange for full awakening tokens, but you know, do whatever you got to do. This should save some inventory space if you don't. And there is a bug fix with less than 4 UR costumes available for registration of heroes with the glorious knighthood armor costume. The game shuts down abnormally if using auto select costumes. Okay, so that new button that they added to where you can equip all costumes or remove all costumes, like the little quick access button, apparently the game would crash if you had the Guild Wars outfits unlocked, so that's kind of funny. Either way, that is pretty much it for the actual patch notes. Nothing too crazy, little bit of content, stuff to mess around with some as we ramp up into the festival, but the next patch is the big one. We should be going over the JP side of that because they get it a little bit early, a little bit later this week. So yeah, that is pretty much it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe, stick around. Should be some big stuff coming, and I'm going to be happy to look at it whenever it comes out.